What is up? It's your boy Johnny Shreve Live, BB Pro, Mr. Tell Like It Is. Today, guys, we're talking macronutrients and we are breaking down protein. This is going to be one part of my series going over the entire digestive system. What happens when you pick food up, put it in your mouth, swallow it, and it goes out the other end. But before that, we're going to break down those macronutrients so we have a better understanding of why it's important that we consume all of the macronutrients, and today we're going to specifically go over protein. So what is protein? Let's dive deeper into protein. So protein is composed of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and their sequence determines the protein's structure and functions. Out of the 20 amino acids, 9 are considered essential for the body. That means that it can't be synthesized within the body. It has to be consumed through your diet. You have to eat protein from a source to be able to consume those essential amino acids. So out of those amino acids, and I might butcher some of these names, there's histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. So again, when we're talking about protein, right, it's not just about building muscle, because a lot of people get the misconception that if I eat protein, I'm gonna get muscle. And I've made a few videos on the importance of making sure we eat enough protein to build muscle, because the body's gonna use protein, aka the amino acids, for the priority first, for those things that your body needs it first before it decides to give you bigger biceps. So if you don't consume enough protein, your body's gonna use the protein for its priorities first. So what are those things first? What takes precedence over you having bigger arms, bigger chest, bigger booty, and all that good stuff? Number one, tissue repair and growth, right? Proteins aren't solely just for building muscle. Every cell in the body contains protein that play a role in structure and function, right? So proteins are necessary for your organ development, skin formation, and cellular repair. During growth phase and or after injuries, proteins requirements might increase. Let's talk about the enzymatic action, right? Proteins are basically enzymes, right? So life would literally halt without enzymes, which are proteins that catalyze biochemical reactions, meaning without protein, those chemical reactions might necessarily not happen. They ensure the reactions occur rapidly enough to sustain life, facilitating processes like DNA replication and your metabolism. Number 3 basically is transport and functions, right? Transport and function. Some proteins act like vehicles. Hemoglobin, for example, carries oxygen throughout the body. Albumin, another protein, helps transport fatty acids and hormones in the bloodstream. Let's talk about immune system. Antibodies are proteins, vital for immune response. They identify and neutralize foreign threats like bacteria or viruses, ensuring the body's protection. Then one of the bigger ones, obviously they're all big, but like hormonal function. Some hormones such as insulin are proteins. They help regulate numerous, physiological processes. Insulin, for instance, controls blood sugar level and by facilitating glucose uptake into the cells. Now, yes, it is an energy source. Again, while proteins are primarily structural for function for molecules, they can be used for energy, especially when carbohydrates and fat sources are low. So that's one reason why you need to keep your overall calories high, so we don't dip into using protein as an energy source. Right, guys? So proteins are multifunctional. They play a massive role and go beyond just muscle development, right? Understand that. The body's daily protein requirement isn't just for those looking to bulk up. It's a fundamental need for cellular function, enzyme activity, immune defense, and a whole bunch more, right? The amino acids, particularly the essential ones, are the foundation of these proteins and hence are crucial to our diet. Now, what does that look like? To give you guys a better understanding and clear understanding of high quality proteins, right? What are high quality proteins? Typically referred to those that contain all of the essential amino acids. So when you're looking at, get yourself, make sure your diet includes high quality proteins. That means those proteins have all of the amino acids, and that's what you want. So where are you gonna find those high quality proteins? Well, first you're gonna get them from animal-based proteins, right? Meats, beef, pork, lamb, venison, all good sources of high quality protein. Poultry, chicken, turkey, duck, fish, salmon, trout, the works, right? Eggs, especially egg whites, which are almost purely protein. Dairy, milk, cheese, yogurt, and whey protein are rich in essential amino acids. Then you're looking at plant-based. What are some good high-quality plant-based proteins that are going to have all your essential amino acids? Quinoa, one of the few plant foods that contain all of the 9 amino acids. Buckwheat is another complete protein source, gluten-free. Soy, tofu, tempeh, edamame all originate from soy and are complete proteins. Chia seeds, hemp seeds, both complete protein sources. They're looking at like legumes with grains, right? Individually, many legumes might lack 2 or 3 of the essential amino acids, but if you combine them with other protein profiles, it will make up all of the essential amino acids. So something like combining, beans and rice, chickpeas with whole wheat bread, seitan, which I hate saying that, but like seitan, I don't know the other way to say it, but seitan also is a wheat that is made from gluten that contain most of your amino acids. And then like spirulina, which is like a green algae, which you probably see spirulina in some of your green powders. Much like Blue Star's roughage has spirulina in it as well too. It's gonna have some of your amino acids in here. So guys, use my code and link in the description below. And then again, when you're selecting protein sources, it's also good to consider, accompanying it with other nutrients like, healthy fats, fish, fiber, legumes, and any dietary restrictions or preferences one might have. While animal protein sources generally provide complete proteins, many plant-based foods can be combined to get your full spectrum of your essential amino acids. Now, again, now we understand, look, protein isn't just to get big muscles. And when it comes to the body prioritizing amino acids, it's going to prioritize your body's needs for it first before it gives you bigger biceps. So let's put it this way. If I fall down and scratch my knee or break my leg, and you want a bigger biceps, not gonna be like, oh, our biceps are still sore from the other workout the other day. Let's make sure we send those amino acids over there to get a bigger bicep, and let's not worry about the scraped knee or the broken leg. It doesn't work like that. It's going to prioritize the necessary needs for it first. Their body, it's gonna provide what the body needs first. So to make sure that we get that, to make sure that we cover all of those things, make sure that it gets enough protein for its bodily function and for the muscle that you want. All of these requirements, guys, easily 1 to 1 grams of protein per body weight. If you're looking to build muscle, sustain muscle, you want to eat 1 to 1 grams of protein per body weight. So if you're 150 pounds, 170 pounds, you're eating 150 pounds, you're not eating 150 pounds, you're eating 150 grams of protein or 170 grams of protein. And let's just say you're training at a higher level, or you've been injured or whatever, or you're trying to build a little bit more, then you might want to up your protein a little more. You can do 1.5 times your body weight in grams of protein. So when you're looking at, again, your type of training, strength training and resistance exercise increase protein requirements more than endurance exercises. Total caloric intake is crucial. If you're in a calorie deficit, you need to make sure that you're increasing your protein to prevent muscle loss. I did the same thing when it came to that. That's basically how I did my prep. While my calories got lower, I changed my macronutrient ratio where I increased my protein, increased my fats, and decreased my total amount of carbohydrates. Again, we're looking at protein distribution, consuming protein throughout the day. How do you want to do that? How do you want to optimize doing so? Again, making sure you eat enough protein spread out between 3 to 5 meals a day. That's the best case scenario. If you want to, sustain the muscle or grow muscle, let's make sure that we're eating 3 to 5 meals that have protein in those meals. How much protein doesn't necessarily matter. I would make sure you're getting at least 20 to 40 grams. You can eat more. There's no studies that are done that actually state that if you eat too much protein, it can be detrimental to your health. Just make sure that you're consuming enough water to help with the entire process. Now, those who are getting older, those in the older age demographic, are going to require more protein because that is most of the time when people are getting inactive. Now, I'm not talking about you guys, the viewers, you guys out there who are watching this, you guys are training for the rest of your lives. You're going to make sure you're eating enough protein regardless. But for those who are getting older, the general population, because of the inactivity of exercise, getting older, muscle wasting starts to happen. Injuries will happen because, an older person slips and falls and hurts himself. It happens because the amount of muscle they don't have to help prevent that fall. They can't recover quick enough. So like us young people, we slip, we can recover, we can catch ourselves. The older you get, that doesn't happen because of the lack of muscle. So we want to make sure that we're increasing the amount of protein the older we get. Now, sources of protein, as we discussed, the quality of protein is, when it comes to source of protein, digestibility is a big thing, right? Animal sources are often considered complete protein sources, but combining protein with plant-based proteins are great too. Again, supplementation is completely fine. While getting, whole foods is a benefit, don't think about protein as a supplement. Think about protein as just food made very convenient. Food like this. Guys, head over to bluesidenutraceuticals.com, use my code and link description below and get yours. This is a high quality protein for you guys. Get it now. It tastes absolutely delicious, and it's going to definitely cross all your T's and dot your I's when it comes to your essential amino acids. So I hope that makes things a lot more clear. So when we're recommending to eat a certain amount of protein, the goal isn't just for you to build muscle. The goal is to make sure that we cover all the bases of what our body needs protein for first. Make sure we get that done first, and then we have enough left over to build muscle. Whether you want a bigger chest, bigger arm, shoulder, whatever it is, we have to cover those things first before we decide to build more muscle. Now, when it comes to all of the macronutrients, we'll get into that more, but again, protein is essential for what the body needs first, and then for building muscle. But then on top of that, we want to make sure we have enough calories in general. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. And make sure you guys stay tuned because I will be covering carbs next. And guys, make sure you guys grab my ebook. It's in the link in the description below. Grab the final diet right now. It's in the link in the description below. Till next time, guys, binge watching my videos. And you guys know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. Meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.